Hello Oregon fans, it's Kurt. Time for our weekly recap of Oregon sports and all that's going on with FishDuck.com. It's been a very interesting week for us, both as fans and as owners of a website covering Oregon Duck sports. The Pac-12 came out with new media guidelines that essentially end our capacity to create video analysis. And it isn't just us, it affects all media covering Pac-12 college sports that they have to now adhere to some strict regulations. Our goal with FishDuck has, from day one, has always been to try to educate fans. Better understanding of the fundamentals of sports helps fans better appreciate athletics and the teams that they love. We still intend to do that. And this is not the end of FishDuck.com, but it does mean a change in format, and it is a huge blow to what we present to all of you to help be better fans. We're going through the process of appealing and modifying just what it is that FishDuck.com is going forward, all to best serve you, passionate, intelligent Oregon fans hungry to learn more about the teams that they love. Our written article content isn't going anywhere, and we'll continue to look at what we can do to provide unique, interesting, and educational content to fans, but it's going to be an adjustment going forward. It affects all fans, especially those of you who enjoy watching highlight videos online, as those are now barred. YouTube channels such as mine and Mad Mike's may be going away soon. I can't say for certain, but they are being aligned for that to happen, following along suit with the way Major League Baseball and the NFL model operates with online content, if that route is indeed chosen. So that was bad news for us. Charles and I are still reeling a bit from it and re-envisioning just what is FishDuck.com. We certainly hope you stick around for the ride as we continue. It does mean a change in format for these weekly videos. As much as I would love to tell you about great music and films and all the videos that we're doing and all that, we can't do much video anymore, unfortunately. So no more music recommendations from me. Going forward, these videos are sticking to what we truly care about the most, Duck sports. And it was a sad week for Duck sports too, with the news that both senior captains John Boyett and Carson York are done for the year, both with knee injuries. John Boyett's lingering patella tendons in both knees were simply too much to manage. He played through the injuries all of last year, but he couldn't keep up with it. He thought maybe surgery wasn't necessary. Turns out it was. Partially torn or fully torn patellar tendons. Carson York, also just getting back from his bad knee injuries suffered in the Rose Bowl, unfortunately broke his patellar. That's better known as the kneecap. So that ends his year, and in the case of both of them, most likely that's the end of their careers at the University of Oregon. So very sad to see them go. Both incredibly respected among their teammates, tremendous players, and with such a young Oregon Ducks team this year, both will be dearly missed. So let's get into the Oregon sports. Saturday, Oregon defeated Tennessee Tech 63-14 at Autzen Stadium. The best news of all from this game was no major injuries. It's the first time we can say that happened all year. At least no known injuries, because as we know, the university does not comment on injuries. Mariota rebounded from his mixed results versus Fresno State last week with a 300-yard, 4-touchdown performance. He did throw one interception, the first of his career, but that's okay. I'll take 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in exchange. D'Anthony Thomas racked up over 200 yards all-purpose in the first half alone. He didn't even play in the second half. The defense played much better for the entire game, unlike the prior 2 weeks where when the reserves came in, things kind of fell apart a little bit. There's really not a lot of negative to take away from this game, though it showed one glaring, massive hole in Oregon's depth chart. In the fourth quarter, Dustin Haynes took over at quarterback. It may have been most likely the only time he'll get to play all year, but it exposed a flaw in this Oregon program. With Haynes in, who holds the play cards? This was the most complete performance by the team thus far this year, but against a FCS opponent, that should happen. Now it gets real. Arizona comes to Eugene next Saturday. They're a team that so far has looked far better than what was expected from them this year under new head coach Rich Rodriguez. Quarterback Matt Scott has been torching defenses, putting up big passing numbers. But the Wildcats will have to find some sort of run game if they're going to go toe-to-toe with the Ducks. It's another nighttime game, which means kickoff is at 7:36 p.m. It means a very late night for us, very late night for fans, but Autzen should be rocking. Our FishDuck team has been at every game this year covering the events. Sunday morning we'll have a complete recap of the game along with post-game interview video. You can check out the front page to find our FishDuck game review, which will include a large photo gallery of images taken from the game, as well as post-game interviews with players and coaches. Our Tennessee Tech recap is available right here. So football is undefeated on the year, 3-0. And with USC's loss to Stanford on Saturday, that raises Oregon up to number 3 in the polls, the highest ranked non-SEC team in the country. The SC loss, it kind of reduces that November 3rd game a little bit, but still it should be a fantastic battle. All Oregon can do is win the games that are on the schedule and then see where they stand when the dust settles. So on to Arizona and go Ducks. But Oregon football, despite being 3-0 and ranked number 3 in the country, is not the hottest program at the University of Oregon right now. That title clearly belongs to women's volleyball. Undefeated on the year, rising to number 9 in the national polls, already having defeated 2 ranked opponents. How dominant has Coach Jim Moore's team been? They're 9-0 on the year, ranked in the top 10, and in sets, keeping in mind the first team to 3 sets wins. They've only lost 3 sets all year. They're 27-3 in sets for 9-0 on the season. Most recently, they had victories over St. Mary's and Portland State this past week. Up next is Oregon State on Wednesday, September 19th at Matt Knight Arena. Oregon soccer is also into full swing into their season. This past week, one of their matches was televised by Pac-12 Network, so I got my first glimpse at the team. Freshman Kristen Parr has been just lighting up the scoreboard, well on her way to becoming a freshman All-American, while goalkeeper Abby Steele is one of the best in the nation, putting Oregon soccer in a position to really make some noise this year in the conference. The team is currently 5-2-1 on the season, with a 4-2 win on Sunday over Gonzaga. Their next match is this Friday versus Colorado at Pape Field. So if you're in town, go support our Ducks. Golf season is also beginning. Coach Casey Martin has been keeping busy playing in tournaments on his own, but his teams are now starting up in the 2012 season this week. The men's team is at the Husky Invitational starting today, Monday, September 17th, and then on to the St. Mary's Invitational next week. The women's golf team, meanwhile, has been in Japan for the past week, competing in a tournament there. They begin their season this Friday in Nashville at the Mason Rudolph Invitational. The final Duck sport currently underway is cross country, with the number 1 ranked women's team looking to bring home the national championship once again. The next event is September 29th in Springfield at the Bill Dellinger Invitational. That is the only home meet for the entire cross country season. News came down this week that had been rumored for some time, but Coach Vin Lanana is now taking over a larger role within the entire athletic program, not just track and field, becoming an associate athletic director. That means that Robert Johnson now takes over as the official coach of the track teams. Well, that does it for Duck Sports this week. With FishDuck.com, meanwhile, we're putting a lot of focus on football season, so be sure to track all of our content by using the directory tab on our site or signing up for our newsletter. We also have a photographer on our team now who is attending every game, and in addition to having a large collection of historic photos on our site in our photo area, and that was recently updated with some new images worth checking out, by the way. Our photos from each game that we go to are also going to be archived there, so be sure to check back for all of our great photos. We will also be reducing the weekly video interview series that I do from every week to every other week. This also is a reaction to the new media guidelines. This past week, I did speak with Tony Coker. If you don't remember him, he was an Oregon Ducks linebacker in the early 90s, and it went great. Tony's an awesome guy, great stories to tell, definitely worth your time. Since I'm now unable to use video footage whatsoever, though, it makes sense to start delaying these to every other week going forward. So you can check out my interview with Tony Coker right up here. Now here's normally where you'd expect a music recommendation from me. Well, like I said, I'm ending that too. for really the same reasons why we're no longer doing video footage analysis anymore. It's unfortunate, but that's the situation. We're looking at what we can do going forward to possibly still be able to use video. So please be patient. So with that, until next week, this is Kurt saying go fish, get hooked, go ducks.